Okay, right, it's Caroline Stevens, Campaign Manager for Leave.EU, spending the evening in Uppingham with a Leave branch. Now, has everybody joined Leave? Does everybody know how to join Leave?
Yes. Anybody not know how to join Leave?
Have you found our website yet?
No.
Yes.
And you've registered, Marietta, haven't you?
Yes, of course.
And you've already
Actually,
received
twice.
your leaflets. And over to my right-hand side, we have got...
Do you want me to take it off or just...
We have got Pat wearing a T-shirt of Leave.EU. So,
No,
where...
take it off.
Arrived today.
So where is
Brand new.
Leave.EU then with the referendum question? Well, there's two main outgroups that are vying for your attention and your support. We have been going since about June, July time this year, and Richard Tice and Aaron Banks are two businessmen who decided that the British people would be better served inside Europe but outside the control of the European Union. And you know, it's great credit to them that we now have a staff of about 60 people based in both Bristol and London. So we've got press and marketing and the media in London, and they produce the leaflets that you've been receiving. And in Bristol we've got a call centre. I'm based in Bristol, together with the group team, who, when you choose to become a Leave branch and you get a little band of supporters around you, you can apply to become to go onto our website. You'll have your own web page, and then you'll be invited to training groups, training events that I'll be organising to take this battle forward, because we need to professionalise the Out campaign. We need to all be working together and doing similar things and sharing best practice, because I think we all can learn from each other. So that's my plan for the new year for Leave.EU Group organisers and those really wanting to learn more about organising events together. And then we're going to be speaking to the demographics people. We're going to be having messaging on Facebook and various websites, targeted messaging. So we're going to have messages, for example, that might be really appropriate for example, fishermen, for taxi drivers in London. You know, they have certain situations they encounter which perhaps the people living in Rutland don't encounter, and so on. So we are going to target our messaging. We are the fastest growing grassroots movement with 285,000 members now. You don't pay to join. You just sign up on the website. You get regular emails. You get car stickers sent through. Don't you, Marietta?
Yeah.
And really the rest is up to you, because we are reliant upon you to do the leafleting, to spread that word, because there's no doubt about it, this war will be won at the grassroots level. Won't be won in Parliament. We have to overcome the bias of the BBC and other such media, you know, the newspapers. So it's only by you going out and talking to people in the streets, at the street fairs we're doing tomorrow, for example, in Uppingham and Grantham, and you know, having those street stalls, having public meetings, doing fundraising as well. You know, maybe having bake a cake, pub quiz, because you'll get with the pack, with your group organiser pack, you'll get T-shirts, Corex boards, all the, you know, the paraphernalia, if you like, to help you fight a good campaign in this area. Thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Marietta.
If somebody joins, because we give them a leaflet tomorrow, and
Yeah.
we've already delivered some, and they contact you, how do they get back to where the group is? So if they happen to be in Grantham tomorrow when we're handing out leaflets,
Yeah.
but they actually live in Boston, and they join Leave.EU and they put in, how would they get into contact with their Boston group, or how would the people in Grantham get in touch with our group?
Well, as far as I'm aware, it's
Is it by postcode?
Yes, it is. You're going to look on the website and find out where your local group is. But there will be a situation in the future where the IT guys will be able to choose people in a particular postcode locality and send them into a particular direction, maybe an event. So, but it is up to you initially to check on the website and find out where you want to, which group you want to work with.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
And on the website, it does say where you're going to be meeting up. You have to put an address in. It's a mandatory address.
Right.
So, and there is a messaging service through this. So.
Because what we want is people who, up to now, perhaps have not ever joined any group
Yeah.
of any sort, because they're the apathetic that we need to start getting involved, don't we?
Yeah. Well, I mean, with 285,000 people, there's bound to be people in this area. You know, that's the thing. We've got the coverage, and we've got lots of leafleters as well. So that's where we need to be spreading the message, because not everybody does Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
Have you any suggestions to how we can tackle the press, the local press in particular, our local press? It's very difficult to get something in the press mentioning UKIP.
Well, no, but we're not going to be mentioning UKIP, Peter.
Is that so?
No, we're only going to be mentioning Leave.EU.
That's where you'll get the coverage,
All right.
because they can't say it's party political. This is we are non-partisan. We have supporters. I mean, bearing in mind, UKIP, as you mentioned, has 44,000 members. We've got 285,000 members, and not all UKIP members.
So you're going to kill the expression UKIP for the time being.
We're not part of UKIP.
Right.
So basically, there are a lot of Conservatives and a lot of Labour members that want to leave the EU.
So you're not UKIP, as
No.
we are.
No.
No,
Right.
no. It's being Leave.EU which keeps us away from the fact that people, when you think only 4.5 million voted for us at the last election, we've got to get to a much wider if we're going to win the referendum.
And what
That is our aim, isn't it?
And what you'll find is that with Pat putting his branch on the website, he will find, well, Pat, you were a Conservative yourself, so you'll find that you'll find fellow Conservatives coming towards you, and Labour people as well.
Yes, we're going to have to extrapolate it electronically somehow. I'm not sure how to do that, but the first thing to do is to have a website with links that you can link into, and possibly a Gmail account which you can also go onto to leave your own details.
Yeah, you're probably going to set up a new email address, aren't you?
That's the idea, yes. A separate Gmail. Everybody can do a Gmail address. You know, you can just call yourself whatever you like at gmail.com, and then you can pick up other stuff which other people will put in. The websites themselves are either easy or difficult depending on how technically up you are. They're not that difficult, apart from, as I said earlier on, uploading. One probably needs help. I certainly would need help to upload a site into the ether, but the actual design of the thing is fairly straightforward. You can buy a web editing program for under 50 quid, and it'll teach you, it'll just take you through it in the easy way, and then the next bit is getting it up into the ether. That's what we call uploading, and that's the difficult bit, because there's a lot of stuff that gets in the way. Having said that, then you've got to get it out into the big wide world.
But does that mean that it actually goes straight through then to link to Leave.EU? Once you've got a website for a local group,
Yep.
do you then actually load it up into the Leave.EU?
You would have a link to Leave.EU, yes.
Yes?
In fact, you'll probably use all their livery.
So that is authorised by Leave.EU?
Yes, they have to check out the group organisers.
Before I
Yeah, we do vet them.
My little design, I'm going to get it checked out by yourself or
So it
Holly
has
or
to be
whoever.
vetted first.
Yeah.
Do you have any printed literature we can hand out to our members?
Yes.
Because what you just said is it comes as quite a surprise, and I think our 30 or so members have not heard a word about it.
Of Leave.EU?
No.
Really? At the UKIP conference in September, we had a stall there. I was there. I met Marietta there.
Yeah.
And Nigel did actually say at the speech about our organisation and for people from UKIP to get behind us.
Right.
But we are not obviously exclusive to UKIP. And since the other group has now set up,
Yeah.
Vote Leave, and that has Douglas Carswell as part, and Stuart Wheeler in their group. But ultimately, by the beginning of next year, the Electoral Commission will decide which group, if either, will lead the Out campaign, and then it'll be a case of there'll be money given.
Yeah.
So it's a case of which will they choose.
Yes.
And we've got lots of members and with lots of activists and lots of group organisers already.
Yeah.
Are you the biggest of the...
If you're going by members, way bigger, yes.
Yeah.
And obviously because we started early because we made a decision that it was time to leave. That's our strapline, it's time to leave.
Yes.
People look for a leader or leaders
Yes.
to show us a way to go, and at the moment I have no idea.
Which is why when we're getting these group organisers, I organised the first training event last Saturday in Epsom, and I was at an event in Wilford on Monday with the other groups, and we were the only group that had organised any training or had any plans for training. And I personally think that we all need to be working together, and we need to learn from each other. And I also need to do a bit of teaching as well, my campaign experience, because I've got my own personal expertise to share. And because we're non-partisan, for example, last Saturday I had a speaker from the Green Party. He was talking about TTIP, and it was quite an eye-opener for people who perhaps came from the Conservative Party, UKIP, to hear those views and how we can attract the left vote. That's where we need to be going. Right, okay, well, thank you very much. I'm going to say good night from Uppingham, and no doubt we'll be chatting further off the camera. Thank you.